if this is kind of far out or above your head, I'm sorry. I got to speak it. And if you're trying to catch up, go to my website and catch up. But I'm about to just tell it. Now, the planet Saturn, if you went to school, you know Saturn is the planet in our solar system with rings around it, right? Okay. Now, at the North Pole of Saturn is a hexagon, or the Star of David. If you get on YouTube, you can see it. At the North Pole of Saturn is a cube, a hexagon. Okay. Now Saturn has rings around it, right? Now, the planet Saturn has 7 rings around it. It has 7 major rings. Okay. Now, how do the scientists of this world label those rings around the planet Saturn? There are 7 of them. Well, just like the musical scale, they named the rings around Saturn in the same fashion. You have the A ring, the B ring, the C ring, the D, the E, the F, and the G ring. The same notes of a musical scale. Well, they named the 7 rings around the planet Saturn the same way you would do the musical scale. There's 7 rings around Saturn. Now, the planet Saturn, when you look at it in terms of the other planets in the solar system, the planet Jupiter and I think Uranus have rings around it, but you can't see them. But you can see the rings around Saturn on a clear night with your eye. Okay, so among the planets, Saturn is known as the Lord of the Rings, okay, or the Lord. Now, in ancient times, the Egyptians and many other ancient cultures worshiped the planet Saturn, and it was known as the Black Sun. Okay. Now, one moment. At the south pole of the planet Saturn, at the north pole, I told you there was a cube or the Star of David, a hexagon. At the south pole, or the bottom of the planet Saturn, what's on the bottom of Saturn looks like an eye, like the eye of Ra, or the eye of Horus. Okay? So at the north pole you have a cube, and at the south pole you have an eye. Okay? Check it out. Go on YouTube, go on the internet, go to your library, and read about Saturn. Okay? Now, in the Egyptian mysteries, okay, you have the great god Osiris. Okay? Now, Osiris is the most highly regarded god of the Egyptians. Okay? Now, what does Osiris mean? It means a couple things. One of the attributes of what Osiris is known as, Osiris is known as the Lord of the perfect black. I'll repeat that. Osiris, the Egyptian god, is known as the Lord of the perfect black. Okay. Now, the word Osiris also means all-seeing eye. Okay? What do I mean? If you look at the word Osiris, the root word of the god Osiris is iris. I-R-I-S. Like the iris in your eye. And Os means all. It's all eye. So the god Osiris is the all-seeing eye. Okay? And he's associated with the planet Saturn. Let's keep going. Let's get back to that black cube in Mecca. Now, they make 7 circles around that cube in Mecca, which is symbolic of the planet Saturn. Saturn has 7 rings around it. Okay? And Saturn has a cube in it. When you look at that hexagon or that cube in Saturn, that cube extends 60 miles inside of Saturn. That's how deep the cube is, 60. It's associated with 6. Okay? Now, when you look at the planet Saturn, measured from the sun, Saturn is the 7th heavenly body from the sun. Okay? The Earth is the 3rd, Mercury is the 1st, and Venus is the 2nd, Mars is the 4th, and so on. Saturn is the 7th heavenly body from the sun. Okay? Now, look at your days of your week. Okay, the first day of the week is called what? Sunday. S-U-N, day. sun is two words, a compound word. Sunday is sun day. Okay? It's two words. Day of the sun. Now, the last day of the week, the seventh day of the week, if Sunday is the first, Saturday is the seventh day. Now, Saturday is a compound word also. It's Saturn Day. Saturday is spelled Saturday. Okay? But Saturday means Saturn Day. Saturn, Saturn, then day. It's the seventh day of the week. Like the planet Saturn is the seventh heavenly body in our solar system. Sunday, number one, like our sun. Saturday is the seventh. So the work week is Sunday through Saturday. That's 1 week. And then a new week starts on Sunday. So Saturday is Saturn's day, the seventh day. And what happens on Saturday? Generally or typically, Saturday is the first day off. No, you don't work on Saturday. I mean, there's exceptions to every rule. But generally speaking, Saturday is the first day off. You got Friday, you work Friday. But Saturday, Saturday you're off. It's the day of rest. You don't work on Saturday. Now the Jews celebrate their Sabbath on Saturday, and the Christians celebrate theirs on Sunday. Of course, you probably already knew that. Okay, so Saturday is again associated with 7. Now, one moment. Let me keep going. Okay, now, let's talk about this sixth seal. Let's go to Revelation chapter 6, verse 12. That's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 12. It reads as follows. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. What does that mean? The sun became black as hair, and the moon became as blood. What is this talking about? Do you know? Okay, well, that's why you're probably listening to me or listen to this radio broadcast to find out. Okay, it says that when he had opened the sixth seal, he had broken open the sixth seal. What is this talking about? Well, if you break open the sixth seal, you're into 7. The next seal to be broken is 7. So what happened when he opened the sixth seal? The sun became black. Let's talk about this. At the end of the white man's 6,000 years of rule, the black man comes into power in the 7th, or the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day is a holy day unto the Lord, the black man. Okay? So after the last term of rule for the white man is 6,000 years. And after 6,000 years, the sun becomes black. Well, for the last 6,000 years, the sun on the ruler was white. Okay? The sun was white. The white man was the ruler. But now the black man is about to be the ruler. So it says here in Revelation that when he opened the sixth seal, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair. Right? Okay. So the sun became black. The black man is about to rule. But, as I've told you before, and as you can see with your own eyes, the black man in America is dead. We only love ourselves. We don't know our name. We're like the moon, a dead planet. The moon is a piece of the earth that's dead. It has no life. There's no life on the moon. You can't grow no food on the moon. You can't breathe on the moon. There's no liquid water on the moon. You can't drink from it. The moon is something that's dead. Do you understand? Okay. The moon represents us like the black man. The white man killed us. He blasted us from Africa. And we died over here in America. We're like the moon. Okay? We're without life. So what happened when he opened the sixth seal? The sun became black and the moon became his blood. Well, the sun becoming black means the black man is about to rule. And the moon becoming as blood, well, the moon is about to be resurrected. blood is associated with life. So when it says the moon became his blood, that means that the moon, or the black man, is resurrected. And the sun became black. Okay? So, I told you before, the ancient Egyptians, ancient cultures, worshipped Saturn, and it was known as the black sun. Okay? So it's talking about Saturn, the planet Saturn, or the black sun being resurrected. Right? Okay, so what are they doing over there in Mecca? They make 7 circles around the black cube and kiss the sun, meaning the 7 circles they make around the black cube, and then they kiss the sun, meaning the sun becomes resurrected. Okay? If you watch the movie The Matrix, when Neo died, Trinity kissed him and brought him back to life. He was brought back to life with a kiss. The kiss being associated with resurrection. Okay? So I beheld, and we opened the 6th seal, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black, and the moon became his blood. Well, that's the black man, the Lord, the Son of Man, the 7th angel, being the Lamb, being resurrected. That's what this is talking about. Okay? Let's keep going. Now, I told you before at the beginning of this broadcast that the messenger brought us a knowledge of ourselves. He taught us the knowledge of who the black man is. Okay? Now, what I'm about to tell you now is what I have accepted. Now, I told you last week I was going to take calls or take questions. Well, I can't do that because the conference room is closed. So maybe next week I'll be able to take your questions. And you can question me on what I'm about to tell you now. So listen good. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to tell you. This is what I have accepted. Now, my stepdad, my mom, they're not really what you would call traditional Christians. They're kind of spiritual people. They kind of, they're just like spiritual. They're more like spiritual types. I really wouldn't term them Christians. So that's not really my subject. My stepdad was into the occult, meaning secret knowledge. He was into that. And I used to read, I used to sneak, not sneak, but I used to go in the basement when he wasn't home, and I used to open his books in the occult. That's not my subject either. The point I'm making is this. In those books, I looked up my name, Kevin, K-E-V-I-N. And in numerology, Kevin is 7. That's what, if you want to represent my name in terms of a number, my number is 7. Okay? Now, one moment. So, I learned as a child, I knew my number was 7. I've known that since I was a little boy, since I started reading those books that my stepdad had. I knew my number was 7. I mean, I didn't know what that didn't mean much, as far as I knew, that's something you use to play the lottery with, 7, and I think my other number is 11, 7-11. That's not my point. So I knew from a child that my number was 7.